Hi, friends. Thank you for joining Miss Bernie today. Are you ready to go on another adventure with me? I'm going to get ready to unlock my imagination. Hope you've got your key to do yours. Grab it, unlock it. We're going to talk a little bit about dinosaurs today. Many of my friends love dinosaurs. So let's get ready to go on a little bit of an adventure. Have fun. How can you do some science with your dinosaurs at home? So let's just say you will need some grown-ups help with this, and a great imagination, which you have, I know that, and a beautiful warm sunny day would really be helpful. It's kind of more fun to do this project outside if you get a chance. So let Miss Bernie show it to you and you see what you think. So when we were talking about dinosaurs in our classroom, we also talked about ice. And a few months ago, Miss Bernie brought in some big chunks of ice that we froze, and we created an ice mountain, an ice castle in our science sensory area. I took some of my dinosaurs that I had and I did the same type of thing. I took containers, so your grown-up would have to say it's okay, and I half filled them with water, and then I added a dinosaur. If I didn't have enough dinosaurs, and maybe you don't have a lot of dinosaurs, if your grown-up says it's okay, it would have to be plastic kinds of insects or animals. And see what happens if you put them in the water and then put them in the freezer. So let me show you the dinos that I have, and then I'll show you some of the other ones. So there's a long neck right there on the screen by Miss Bernie. Here's the long neck. And even though he didn't fit all the way in, look at how cool that looks. As he's starting to melt, that's when you're able to take them out of the containers. And this is where it's great to be able to do this out on your patio or on your front walkway or on a cloth on your front porch. In a room, I used a giant tub, because it is going to melt. But if you get to do it outside and maybe have on your shorts or your bathing suit and it's okay to get wet, this would be so much fun outside. So again, remember to ask for grown-ups help. Here is, many of my friends love this guy right here, the T-Rex. So I had to get a really big container and have a big place in my freezer. And look at how he is frozen. He's starting to melt because I took him out a while ago now. When you first take them out, they need a little bit of time so that it melts around the edges to pop them out of the container. I also stuck some insects in there because I thought that would be cool to see what that looks like. Then I thought, hey, what if I add a little bit of food coloring? Remember, grown-ups help because that stuff is kind of messy. You just need a couple drops. And I decided to put that right in the water to see what that would look like and see how things freeze. So I only had a couple dinosaurs at home, but then I did this giant, grasshopper. He's made out of plastic. Rubber or plastic are the types of things to freeze. And nothing should happen. He will not break or anything happen to him. This is a spider. I did some blue in there. And here is a grasshopper. He kind of started floating up, so he's partially frozen. And then in this one, I mixed some blue and green coloring. And there's a butterfly. So the next part of this project, a couple things that are kind of cool to this is, literally cool, my hands are cold. So on a hot day, that's going to feel great if we're outside. And as they start to melt, in my classroom, we use some liquidy paints and we use some brushes in a big tub. And we painted the ice, which is really cool. It also is fun if you have salt and your grown-up lets you and helps you. You sprinkle the salt and you kind of have to wait a little bit of time to look at it and go back and check on it. But the salt starts to melt into the ice and it gets it all bumpy, and that will melt away around your dinosaurs. Lots of people believe that that is what happened to the dinosaurs. At some point, that things froze in our world and they were frozen in ice. Ice Age is one of the fun movies about dinosaurs. The other thing that's kind of cool, Miss Bernie does not have little toys at home like for tools. But if you have like a play hammer and some little tools that are children's tools that you can play with to chip away at the ice, there's a way to make it like you're tapping on it like a real paleontologist who studied the bones of the dinosaurs when they dug them out of the earth. But you're going to be just having fun melting away or playing with your dinosaurs or animals or insects that you can freeze them into chunks of ice and see if your grown-ups will let you do that and have fun with that. Okay? Another activity, the feet. If you have a stamp pad or some preschool paints that you could press on a sponge of paint, you can do tracks of your animals by taking their feet and pressing them in paint or a stamper and do an animal track picture. And another thing that I thought would be fun and yummy, if you like to help in the kitchen and help bake, your mom or dad may say, sure, let's make some cookies. You can use cookie dough. You can either use a shape that you'd wash really clean if you had a dinosaur cutter from your Play-Doh tools, or again, you can use the feet. You'd have to give your dinosaur a really good bath, your animals that you use. Wash it really good, but you can use the giant foot of one of your dinosaur animals and press it in your cookie dough. And then when you bake it, it will kind of look like a fossil when you take it out. The fossil is the press shape of a dinosaur's foot. So that is another fun thing you can do. I thought it would be great to end with our dinosaur song. So I'm going to teach it to some new friends, and my friends who are out there, get ready to do the dinosaur song with Miss Bernie. Are you ready? Bump, 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 bump. Here he comes from afar, that enormous dinosaur, slumbering, lumbering. Hear that dreadful grumbling. Now earth shakes, earth quakes. Hear that dreadful sound he makes. Roar! Love you, friends. Hope you had fun on our dinosaur adventure today. Until next time. Mwah.